Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. For seekers of God, Spiritual Talks of Mahapurush, Swami Shivananda, Chapter 58, page number 136, Episode 113. The Ganga is sacred. Mahapurush Ji tells about his austerities and experiences as an itinerant monk. Place Belur Monastery, time November-December 1932. Mahapurush Ji had been sick with high blood pressure. He had been under the treatment of doctors and had to be very careful not to overexert himself. These days, he had not been able to come downstairs and have his usual walk. In the afternoon, he would walk back and forth. Mahapurush Maharaj would walk back and forth, sometimes on the small veranda to the west side of his room, and sometimes on the veranda facing the Ganga. Today, shortly before dusk, Mahapurush Maharaj went to the veranda facing the Ganga and saluting the sacred river with folded hands, repeated, "Glory be to Mother Ganga, Jai Maa Gange, Jai Maa Gange." The master used to call the Ganga water Brahmavari, water of Brahman. Mahapurush Maharaj says, the breeze blowing from the Ganga purifies everything it reaches. Mahapurush Ji then saluted Mother Kali at the Dakshineshwar temple garden and also the spot on the other side of the Ganga where Sri Ramakrishna was cremated. Leaning on a cane, Mahapurush Maharaj started walking slowly. Coming near the room which had once been occupied by Swamiji, he bowed in reverence. Mahapurush Maharaj had with him an attendant, and while walking slowly, he remarked, "Just see to what a pass the body has come. Now it pains me to move even a few steps, and yet it is this body that did a lot of mountain climbing, visited so many countries, and practiced so much austerity. There were times when I did not have more than one piece of cloth with me. Half of this piece I would wrap around me as a skirt, and the other half I would wrap around the upper part of my body. While journeying along, I would bathe at a well and would dry the cloth after my bath, wearing simply the kaupina, loin cloth." Mahapurush Maharaj continues, "Many nights I slept under a tree. In those days I had a feeling of great dispassion and would never think about physical comforts, finding joy in austerity alone. I have wandered a great deal, having no possessions, but I was never in any difficulty. The Master stayed by me and protected me from all dangers and difficulties, and I never went hungry. Of course, there were days when I had very little to eat. I remember very well one experience. One day, on my way to Belur to see a sadhu, I was resting at noon under a tree and had not eaten anything. There was no human habitation in the neighborhood. All of a sudden, from a nearby bale tree, a ripe bale fell down on the ground with a thud and broke open. I looked around to see if there were anyone near, and then picked up the fruit and satisfied my hunger with it. It was a big bale fruit." To be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.